Hello students, welcome back to our class. So in today's class we are going to see the topic 3.7, that is quadratic graphs. So since till now we have seen the quadratic equation and the nature of the quadratic equation and the relation between the roots and the coefficients of the quadratic equations, right. We have seen many things in the quadratic equation. In today's class we are going to combine two things, that is graph and the quadratic equation. How we are going to draw the quadratic equation in a graph. See here, before that let us see what is a quadratic function. See, it is a trajectory. Trajectory is a path. When a man standing here throws a ball upwards, what happens? The ball reaches a particular point and it comes down. Okay, see, is this a man standing here, throws a ball in the upward direction. What happens? The ball moves like this. To particular distance is moved upwards, and again due to the gravity what happens? The ball comes down like this. See here, this is the trajectory path. This is called as the parabola. This is said to be the parabola. See, the parabola is representing a quadratic function. Quadratic function, not only ball. Okay, in your book they have also given a example like trajectory of water jets in the parks. So water jets, what happens? It moves on like this. The water moves on like this. So water is thrown like this. This is also called as the parabola. This function is, this diagram is also called as the parabola. Okay. See here, what is the quadratic function? F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the common quadratic function, right, where a, b, c are the coefficients and the variable used here is x. So this what we have seen the parabola, right. It is a form of the quadratic equation. So what's the equation of the parabola is, common equation is y is equal to x square. Y equal to x square. Actually the parabola is written as y is equal to 4 into ax square. Okay, or 4 into a can be written like this. See here, there will be some coefficient here. So the coefficient, see, this is the parabola in a graph. This is how a parabola will be in a graph. Okay, see, the distance from this is said to be wider when the coefficient is small. See here, this is y into x square graph. This is y into x square graph. See here, y is equal to 1 by 4 into x square will be like this. The graph will be very wider when the coefficient becomes smaller. This is y is equal to 1 by 4 into x square. See here, y is equal to 4 into x square. When the coefficient is larger, what happens? The parabola will be like this. The wideness of the parabola decreases. This is y is equal to 4 into x square. This is y is equal to x square. This is y is equal to 1 by 4 into x square. So from this what we can see? We can see that when the coefficient of the equation becomes less, the graph will be more wider. When the coefficient is larger, the graph will be less wider. That has been given in your book. Okay. See here. Now the important two things, that is axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry and vertex. Okay, vertex of the graph or the parabola. See here, what is symmetry? What is symmetry? If this is a circle, a line which cuts the whole image into two equal parts. If this is a butterfly means, okay, if this is a butterfly, a line which cuts the given image with the two parts should be equal, then we can say this is the axis of symmetry. We can say that is the axis of symmetry. See here we are seeing the diagram of the parabola, right. See here, if this is the parabola, what is the axis of symmetry? The axis of symmetry is the y-axis. Y-axis can be written x is equal to 0. This is the axis of symmetry. Okay. See, this point where the axis of symmetry touches the graph and the x-axis is said to be the vertex. The point where the axis of symmetry touches the graph and the x-axis is said to be the vertex. This point can be written as minus b divided by 2a comma minus del divided by 4 into a. Okay, this is the vertex and the axis is given, the axis of symmetry is x is equal to minus b divided by 2 into a. This is the axis of symmetry and this is the common notation for the vertex. Okay, go through this. Next we can see how we are going to find the solution using the graph of the quadratic equation. Okay, see, after drawing the graph, if they are giving a quadratic equation as y is equal to a into x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, if they have given a quadratic equation like this, you will be drawing the graph. Okay, you will be drawing the graph like this. See here, there are three notation of finding the nature of roots using the graph. First one is, if the graph, if the curve drawn, okay, touches the x axis twice like this. If the parabola that we have drawn touches the x axis like this. See here, it touches the y axis at this point only one, and it touches the x axis twice. See here, at this point and at this point, right? So these points, if the graph touches the x axis 2 times means, at 2 points means, what's the nature of the root is, there are 2 real and unequal roots. Then the given graph must have 2 real and unequal roots. What are the roots means, if this is minus a comma b and this is minus c comma d, c comma d. Okay, if this is minus a, if this point is minus a comma b and if this point is c comma d, what will be the 2 roots are? The 2 roots will be x point of this axis, of this coordinate. In the point this one is x point and this one is y point. In this point, this one is x point and this one is y point. If you have to find the roots, the x points alone, here the x points are minus a and c. These two are the roots, the 2 real and unequal roots. If the graph is like this means, if the graph, see here, if the graph touches the x axis at only one point means, what is the nature of the roots? 2 real and equal roots. Okay, 2 real and equal roots. See here, if the graph is like this, if the graph is like this, what happens? The point where the graph touches the x axis is only one. If this is c comma d means, the 2 roots will be c and c. So the 2 roots is the x axis alone, the point in the x axis, the point in the x axis is c. Since if the graph touches only one point of the x axis, what happens? It has 2 real roots, but the 2 real roots are equal. Therefore, the 2 roots are c and c. Okay. If the graph, the next one, if the graph doesn't touch the x axis, what happens? There is no real roots. We cannot say there is no roots because there may be imaginary roots, but if the graph doesn't touch the x axis, we can say that there are no real roots. This is how we are going to find the nature of the roots using the graph, the quadratic graph. What happens? If the graph that we have drawn touches the 2 points in x axis means, then the graph is said to have 2 real and unequal roots. If the graph that we have drawn touches the x axis at only one point means, it is said to have 2 real and equal roots. If the graph that we have drawn doesn't touch the x axis, the main thing is the graph and the x axis alone. If it doesn't touch the x axis, then it is said to have no real roots. So for these two, the x axis point will be the roots. Okay. Now shall we see the example? We can directly see the sum, then you can easily understand this. See, the example they have given in your book is example 3.48. Discuss the nature of the solution of the following quadratic equation. They have asked us to discuss the nature of the solution of the quadratic equations. So, the first subdivision is x squared plus x minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, they have given the quadratic equation. So, this equation you have to take it as y is equal to x squared plus x minus 12. Okay, so for x value and y value, you have to write for x value and y value. See here, let us take the x value from minus 5. What happens? Minus 5 the whole square is 25 plus minus 5 becomes minus 5 minus 12. So, 25 minus 17. So, what is the answer? 8. Minus 5, the y value is 8. Similarly, you have to take the values of x square descending order. See, we have took minus 5, then minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and you have to take for the positive values also. Then only you can draw the graph easily. See here for minus 4. Minus 4 the whole square is 16, minus 4, minus 12. So, 16 minus 16 is 0. So, y's value becomes 0. Next, minus 3. Minus 3. Minus 3 the whole square is 9 minus 3 minus 12, which is 9 minus 15, which is equal to minus 6. And then minus 2. What happens? Minus 2 the whole square is 4 minus 2 minus 12, which is equal to 4 minus 14, which is equal to minus 10. And again for minus 1. Minus 1 the whole square is 1 minus 1 minus 12 is equal to minus 12. Okay. And again for 0. 0 plus 0 minus 12. It becomes minus 12 again here. Okay. And again we have to do for 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can do for 5 also. Okay. See here, 1 means 1 plus 1 minus 12. Okay. 2 minus 12 is minus 10. Then for 2, 4 plus 2 minus 12, which is equal to 6 minus 12 is minus 6. Again for 3. 3 square is 9 plus 3 minus 12. Okay. 12 minus 12, it becomes 0. Okay. Again for 4. 4 square is 16 plus 4 minus 12, which is equal to 20 minus 12, which is equal to 8. Okay. See, from 8 to 8 we got the answer of y. Shall we draw the graph? See, in y axis we have from 8 and the largest value in minus is 12. So, it has to go like this: minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10 and minus 12. Minus 5. See the first point is minus 5 comma 8, minus 5 comma 8. This is the first point. See the second point, minus 4 comma 0, minus 4 comma 0. Third point, minus 3 comma minus 6 here. And this next one, minus 2 comma minus 10 here. Then minus 1 comma minus 12 at here. Okay, and again 0 comma minus 12. It becomes here 1. So, see here the x value becomes 0. So, the value should be, the graph should be, the point should be here 0 comma minus 12. Okay. Then 1 comma minus 10 and again 2 comma minus 6, 3 comma 0 and 4 comma 8. See the graph. See the graph. This is the graph, right? This is the required graph. Okay, this is the required graph. Now we have to see the nature of the solution of this equation, of the given equation. See here the graph touches the x-axis at 2 points, right? Since the graph touches the x-axis as 2 points, what is the nature of the root? It has 2 real and unequal roots. 2 real and unequal roots. What are the roots? See the points where the graph touches it. This is minus 4 comma 0 and see here this is 3 comma 0. These are the 2 points where the graph touches the x-axis. So, the x point in this point is, the x-axis here is minus 4 and here is minus 2. Therefore, the roots are, you have to write like this, the roots are minus 4 and 3. Okay, this is how you have to find. What you have to do? You have to first draw the graph using this. Okay, you have to first give the value of x and you have to find the value of y similarly, and you have to form the table like this. You have to form the table like this. Okay. You have to form the table like this. Then you have to mark the points in the graph. Okay. After marking, we will get the curve. Then you have to see for the nature of the solution of the given equation. How we will see? Like I have given here. You have to see the graph. How many points the graph touches the x-axis. Since this graph touches the x-axis in 2 points, this graph must have 2 real and unequal roots. See, what are the roots will be? The points which the graph touches the x-axis is -4, 0 and 3, 0. So, the x point, here the x point is -4 and here the x point is 3. Therefore, these are the roots, -4 and 3 are the roots. Shall we see the second subdivision? See, what is the second subdivision? X squared minus 8x plus 16 equal to 0. Okay. Now, shall we prepare for x and y? So, we are going to take x from -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay. See here, why we are taking this is, when we are putting -5, so y is equal to x square minus 8x plus 16. What happens? -1 means 1. -8 into -1 becomes +8 plus 16. The value is 25. We are getting the higher value. Therefore, we are starting from -1. Okay. And then 0 means 0, 0 and here it becomes 16. So, 1 minus 8 plus 16 is 9. Okay. And again 2, 4 minus 16 plus 16 becomes 4. Okay. And again 3, 9 minus 24 plus 16 will be 1. Okay, 25 minus 24, so 1. And again 4, 16 minus 32 plus 16 equal to 0. And again for 5. See here, it is clearly like from 25 it is coming down to 0. Now only it came to 0 and again you have to increase. So we are taking other values also. Okay. So 5 is 25 minus 40 plus 16, 1. Similarly, you have to take for 6, 7, 8. The values will be 4, 9 and 16. Okay. This is the values in the table. So, what you have to do? You have to mark this in the graph. Okay. See, the graph will be like this. Okay. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. See, from 0 it is from 1, 4, 9 till 25. Okay. So, I am marking like this. Okay, but you can take from 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. 20 and it has 25 here. See, for -1 it becomes 25 and for 0 it is 16. Okay. It goes on like this, and for 1 it is 9 and for 2 it is 4, 3 it is 1, 4 it is 0. So, the graph will be like this, and for 4 it becomes 0 and for 5 it is again 1. Okay, and for 6 it is 4 and for 7 it is 9 and for 8 we have it is as 16. So, the graph moves on like this. Okay, see here, now you have to check the nature of the roots. See here, the graph touches the x-axis at only one point, that is 4, 0. So, the solution of the given equation is, it has two real and equal roots. Okay, real roots. What are the roots? Since the graph touches the x-axis at only one point, that is 4 comma roots. Therefore, the roots are, you have to write it both. The roots are 4 comma 4. Okay, the roots are 4 comma 4. Now let us see the third subdivision. What is the question they have given? X squared plus 2x plus 5 equal to 0. We are taking it as y is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 5. Okay, for x and y, you have to form the tabular column x and y. So x value we are taking from minus 2, minus 3. Okay, so what happens for y? Minus 3 the whole square is 9. Minus 3 into 2 is minus 6 plus 5, which is equal to 8. Again for minus 2, 4, 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 plus 5, the value is 5. Again you have to find for minus 1. Minus 1 the whole square is 1 plus 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 5, which is equal to 4. Okay, and again for 0, here it becomes 0 and here also it becomes 0, the remaining is 5. And for 1 is 1 plus 2 plus 5, so 8. And again for 2, 4 plus 5, which is 13, which is 13. And again for 3 you will get 20. Okay, you will get 20. Shall we draw the diagram? See, 1, 2, 3, this is 0. And this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. For x we took from minus 3 to 3. See, and for y axis we get till 20. So let us take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have to go like this. 12, 14. You have to go like this. See, the value of minus 3 is 8. Value of minus 2 is 5. Value of minus 1 is 4. Value of 0 is 5 again. This is 4 and this is 5, and the value of 1 is 8. Value of 2 is 13 and value of 3 goes on like this. So what will be the graph? What will be the graph? The graph will be, so value of 0 is 5. The graph will be like this. The graph will be like this. See here, does the graph touches the x-axis? No, the graph doesn't touch the x-axis. Therefore, it has no real roots. From the graph, we know that since the graph doesn't touch the x-axis, it has no real roots. You have to write fully, since the graph we have drawn doesn't touch the x-axis. Therefore, it has no real roots. You have to complete like that. Okay. See, next we are going to see the next subdivision, the advanced part of this. Okay, here what we have done, we have drawn the given quadratic equation in the graph, and here we have seen the nature of the roots of the given quadratic equation. See, now what we are going to do is 3.7.2. Solving quadratic equations through intersection of lines. Through intersection of lines, we are going to, so what, from the topic itself you can see there will be two graphs, right? One the graph of the quadratic equation and the graph of the lines. Okay, so see here, what we have to do is, at first in a graph you have to draw the parabola or the given quadratic equation. Then there will be given one equation, again one equation they will be given. What you have to do is, with the given quadratic equation you have to solve the second equation. After solving you will get a equation of a line. Okay, after solving you will get a equation of the line. Then again you have to draw the graph of the line in the graph, same graph. Okay, so after that, after this only we are going to find the nature of the roots of the given equation. How means, see here, if the line given touches the graph at 2 points, means if the line that we are drawing in the drawing at class touches the graph that we have drawn in the first one in 2 points, means then we can say it has 2 real and unequal roots. 2 real and unequal roots. So what are the roots? See, it will have one point a comma b and it will have one point c comma d, right? So in this point the x axis, that is c and a are the 2 roots. The x axis c and a are the 2 roots. And again the next one is, if the line that we are drawing touches the graph at only 1 point, means then we can say 2 real and equal roots. Then we can say the graph is having 2 real and equal roots. That is, if the line touches the graph at only 1 point. See, if this is a comma b, what will be the 2 roots? A and a will be the roots. 2 real and equal roots. The what will be the root? The x axis, the x point is a. Therefore, a and a are the 2 roots. If the graph, and the third one, if the graph we have drawn and the line we have drawn doesn't intersect, if the line doesn't touch any point in the parabola, means we can say it has no real roots. Then we can say it has no real roots. The same as the before topic, but the before topic what we have done? We have seen the nature of the roots using the graph and the x axis. Here we are going to draw another one line. Then using that line and the graph we are going to see the nature of the root. If the line touches the graph at 2 points, it is said to have 2 real and unequal roots. So at the 2 points the x axis will be the 2 roots. At this 2 points the 2 x axis will be the 2 roots. And if the line touches the graph at only 1 point, then the graph is said to have 2 real and equal roots. What will be the root? The point where the x point in the point where the graph and the line touches. That is the 2 real roots. And if the line and the graph doesn't intersect or they doesn't touch at any point, we can say it has no real roots. See here, now you can directly enter into the example, then you can understand it clearly. Okay. Example is example 3.49. What they have given, see the question, draw the graph of y is equal to 2 into x square. From this we can say this is in the form of parabolic graph, right? Y is equal to x square means it is a parabola. So y is equal to 2 into x square, and hence solve. After that you have given a point and hence solve. They have given the quadratic equation 2x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. What you have to do is, first you have to draw the graph of this equation. Then after drawing the graph, you have to solve this both equation. If you solve, then you will arrive at an line equation, the equation of a line. Then you have to draw the graph of the line equation in the same graph. Okay. See here, now let us solve this. They have given y is equal to 2 into x square. So, okay. We are taking the values of minus 2 to 2. Okay. What will be the answer of y? Minus 2 means 2 into minus 2 the whole square is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. And again for minus 1. So 2 into minus 1 is 1, which is 2. And again for 0, it becomes 2 into 0 square is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. And again for 1. 2 into 1 square is 2. 2 into 4 is 8. Okay, shall we draw the diagram? Minus 1, minus 2, 0, 1 and 2. 2, sorry, this is 2, 4, 6, 8. See here, for minus 2, the point is 8. For minus 1, it is 2. For 0, it is 2, 0. And for 1, the value is 2. And for 2, the value of the y-axis is 8. So, the graph will be like this. The graph of the parabola is like this. Okay. Next what we have to do is, we have to solve this both equations. What they have given, y is equal to 2 into x square, and this graph is 0 is equals, this equation is 2 into x square minus x minus 6. Shall we solve this? Minus, plus and plus. What happens? This gets cancelled. This will be y is equal to x plus 6. Y equal to x plus 6. See, this is the equation of the line. Now you have to you have to find the values of x and y for x and y. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, from minus 2. If x is minus 2, what will be there? 6 minus 2 is 4. If x is minus 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. If x is 0, 6 plus 0 is 6. If x is 1, the value of y is 7. If x is 2, the value of y is 8. Okay, now you have to mark these points in the same graph. Shall we mark? See, minus 2 comma 4, minus 2 comma 4, and then minus 1 comma 5, and then 0 comma 6, and then 1 comma 7 and 2 comma 8. See here. See, 2 comma 8 is here, right? 2 comma 8. So, this is the straight line and this is the parabola. See here, now you have to find the nature of the roots. See the line and the graph. The line touches the graph that we have drawn in 2 points, right? This is 2 comma 8 and this is minus 1.5 comma 5. This point is minus 1.5 comma 5 and this point is 2 comma 8. So, what are the points that the line touches the graph at 2 different points. Therefore, it has the set of equations have 2 real and unequal roots, right? It has 2 real and unequal roots. So, what are the roots? So, from this point we have to take only the x value. What is the x value here? It is minus 1.5, here it is 2. Therefore, the roots are minus 1.5 and 2. This is how you have to solve this question. Okay, what we have done? First you have to draw the graph of the given equation. After drawing the graph, you have to solve these 2 equations. You will arrive at a equation of a straight line. Then you have to mark the values. You have to find the coordinate axes, that is the points in the graph. After that you have to plot the points in the graph. You will get a straight line. So, you have to check for the intersection of the straight line and the graph. If the straight line touches the graph for 2 points, then it is said to have 2 real and unequal roots. If the straight line touches the graph at only 1 point, it is said to have 2 real and equal roots. If the straight line and the graph doesn't touch, what happens? It has no real roots. Then you have to find the roots. How we are going to find the roots? The points where the straight line and the curve meets. From that point, you have to take only the x value, that is said to be the roots of the equations. Okay. Now, the next sum, example 3.50. Okay, 3.50. What's the question they have given? Draw the graph of y is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 3 and hence find the roots of the next equation they have given is x squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, this is the question we have given. We have to first draw the graph of this. So, x and y. Okay, now we are going to take the values from minus 4 and 2. See here, minus 4. Minus 4 the whole square is 16. 4 into minus 4 is minus 16 plus 3. Value of this y is 3. So, minus 3. What happens? Minus 3 is, minus 3 whole square is 9 plus 4 into minus 3 is minus 12 plus 3. 12 minus 12 is 0 and again for minus 2. What happens? Minus 2 the whole square is 4 plus 4 into minus 2 is minus 8 plus 3. So, minus 8 into, so minus 8 plus 7. What happens? It is minus 1. So, value of minus 1. Minus 1 the whole square is 1. This becomes minus 4 plus 3. 4 minus 4 is 0 and again for 0. 0 plus 0 plus 3. Therefore, value is 3. And again for 1. What happens? 1 square is 1 plus 4 plus 3. The value will be 8. Again for 2, 2 square is 4 plus 4 into 2 is 8 plus 3. 8, 11 plus 4, 15. Okay. So, now shall we draw the graph? Okay, this one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It goes on till 15. Okay. So, till 16 you have to mark till 16. So, this side it is 1, 2, 3 and this side this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. See the points minus 4 comma 3. For minus 4 it is 3 and then minus 3 comma 0 and then minus 2 comma minus 1. Minus 1, minus 2. Okay. See here minus 2 comma minus 1 and then minus 1 comma 0, this point. And then 0 comma 3, this point. And then 1 comma 8, this point. 2 comma 15, it goes on like this. Okay. The graph is like this. Now, you have to solve this equation and this equation. Y is equal to x square plus 4x plus 3 and this equation is 0 is equal to x square plus x plus 1. Shall we solve this? Minus, minus, minus. What happens? Okay. And again after cancelling this, what 4x minus x is 3x plus 2. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. So, this is the equation of the straight line. Now, you have to form the points. So, x and y. So, from minus 2 we are going to form till 2. For minus 2 it is 3 into minus 2 is minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. And again minus 1 it becomes minus 3 plus 2 it is minus 1. 0 plus 2 is 2. For 1 it becomes 3 plus 2 it is 5 and for 2 it is 6 plus 2 this is 8. Now, we have to mark these points minus 2 comma minus 4, minus 2 comma minus 4 this point and then minus 1 comma minus 1 comma minus 1 at this point, 0 comma 2 at this point, 1 comma 5 at this point and 2 comma 8. See here, this will be the line. Okay, this will be the line. See here, now the graph and the line doesn't touch at any point. Therefore, it has no real roots. It has no real roots. Okay. Now, the next example 3.51. The next two examples is also same like this. Okay. Draw the graph of y is equal to 3.51. Y is equal to x squared plus x minus 2 and hence solve for x squared plus x minus 2 equal to 0. So, the points are, I am directly writing the points minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. The points are 4, 0, minus 2, minus 2, 0 and 4. What happens is the graph will be like this. See here, in your book they have given the graph will be like this. Then you have to solve this both equation. Y is equal to x square plus x minus 2 and 0 is equal to x square plus x minus 2. When we change the sign, what happens? Y will be equal to 0. Okay, y will be equal to 0. So, the y will be equal to 0 means the straight line is this. The straight line is x axis. This is said to be y is equal to 0 and this line is said to be x is equal to 0. So, y is equal to 0 means the straight line is the x axis. So, the points where the graph touches the line is minus 2 comma 0 and 1 comma 0. 2 points. Therefore, the graph is said to have 2 real and unequal roots. Unequal. What are the roots? The x axis, the x point from these 2 points, minus 2 and 1 are the roots. Okay. The next question. Next one is 3.52, the last example. Okay, draw the graph of y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3 and you have to solve for x square minus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. Okay, the points are, I am directly writing from your book, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 8, 3, 0, minus 1, 0 and 3. When you draw the graph, okay, when you draw the graph will be like this. When you have to solve for these two equations, right, y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3 and 0 is equal to x square minus 6x plus 9. Shall we solve this? Change these symbols. What happens? 6x minus 4x is 2x minus 6. Y is equal to 2x minus 6. So, this is the equation of the straight line. So, this is the straight line they have given. Okay, the graph touches the straight line at only one point. The point is 3, 0. Therefore, it is said to be having two real and equal roots, right? Because the graph touches the line at 2 points. Sorry, only 1 point. Two real and equal roots. What will be the root? The point is 3, 0. Therefore, the root will be 3 and 3. Okay, 3 and 3. So, with this the examples are over. See, in the exercise 3.15 they have given 8 sum. The first sum is only using the, they have given you only quadratic equation. So, drawing the quadratic equation you have to find the nature of the roots. So, in this you have to see the curve and the x axis, then you have to find the nature of the root. And from 2 to 8 they have given for, you have to draw the graph and you have to solve. So, what you have to do? First you have to draw the graph and you have to solve the two equations and you have to draw the straight line, and using the curve and the straight line you have to find the nature of the roots. Since I can't see doing this in the board, I am giving this as assignment. Exercise 3.15 is totally assignment. You have to do this in the graph sheet. Don't do this in the plain sheet. Okay, you have to do this sum in the graph sheet. Oh, so using the graph sheet you complete all this exercise. 3.15 is the assignment. Exercise 3.15 is the whole assignment. You have 8 sums. Complete the 8 sums and send it through the Zoho app. So, let's meet in the next class. Thank you, students.